Good morning, everybody. This is Father Bernardo Ibarra of the Institute of the Incarnate Word. I'm a student priest in Poland. Today's gospel is taken from St. Luke. Great crowds were traveling with Jesus, and he turned and addressed them. If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Which of you wishing to construct a tower does not first sit down and calculate the cost to see if there is enough for its completion? Otherwise, after laying the foundation and finding himself unable to finish the work, the onlookers should laugh at him and say, "This one began to build but did not have the resources to finish." Or what king marching into battle would not first sit down and decide whether with 10,000 troops he can successfully oppose another king advancing upon him with 20,000 troops? But if not, while he is still far away, he will send a delegation to ask for peace terms. In the same way, every one of you who does not renounce all his possessions cannot be my disciple. Today we are celebrating the festivity of St. John of the Cross, this wonderful mystic saint, doctor of the church, that taught us with his life and with his teachings what Jesus in today's gospel speaks to us very clearly. St. John of the Cross devoted himself, his entire life, to underline this teaching that we have just heard, that if you want to be Jesus' disciple, you need to renounce yourself, take up your cross, and follow him. Whoever does not carry his own cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. This is the core of the gospel. This is the way to become a disciple. That is, to imitate Jesus in bearing our daily crosses, our sufferings, shortcomings, difficulties, all those things that really causes pain in us. Of course, we don't want to suffer, but we know that Jesus always gives us the strength to suffer for him, because suffering has a wonderful teaching for us. Suffering is the way in which we love Jesus very much. That's why suffering has that very positive meaning, a meaning that St. John of the Cross found and taught us how to find it. This positive meaning of suffering is so important that if we don't find it in our life, then we will never be happy. Because the Son of God did not become man in order to remove suffering altogether, but to teach us how to suffer. St. John of the Cross, during his life, he devoted himself to get rid of all things that were not God in order to love God, because he says to love God implies to get rid of all those things that are not God for God's sake. It is not possible to love God if we love creatures more than him. We need to love God above all things, and that love of God that is above all things implies necessarily this renunciation of all things. Every one of you who does not renounce of all his possessions cannot be my disciple. Cannot be my disciple. If we want to follow Jesus, we need to do it wholeheartedly, completely. Otherwise, we don't love him. Otherwise, we will never be happy. Christianity is not a way of avoiding suffering. Christianity is a way of making of our daily sufferings the way of love. This is what St. John of the Cross taught us with his example and with his amazing teachings that up to today are always very, very actual. God bless you.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed hearing the gospel and homily, I invite you to share it with someone you know who may also find it rewarding, and also to subscribe to the Catholic Voice channel. Please see in the description below if you would like to receive a text message for each daily gospel and homily. Please also keep our missionary priests throughout the world in your prayers. Thank you, and God bless.